What's up, you guys? We have a new arrival time for potential executive orders for stimulus which just coming out. Now, in addition to that, stimulus checks and executive orders, we are going to be covering all the details of what we might see and what has happened in the past. First, we are hearing that executive orders and actions for stimulus provisions will likely start hitting, and we are hearing that this is getting delayed because it is going to be the last resort before elections. If they can't pass through legislation, which we were hearing is stalling, they can't pass it through the traditional, which means they are having trouble with reconciliation. So executive orders and actions by the president stepping off on his own and doing it might be the only way. We are also hearing about student loan forgiveness, 5 key issues that are currently preventing a final decision. A lot of people are saying we just need executive orders for stimulus checks on a federal level, send it out to everybody to have them out at this time as we have record high food prices, gas prices, and 40-year high inflation. And this is not the first time it's been suggested. There has been a theory that it could be done. 2 years ago, former President Donald Trump floated using an extra $300 billion in pandemic relief aid for a second stimulus check. There were leftover funds just sitting there, and he said there was a theory that through executive orders he could issue new checks if Congress did not get on board. But as you recall, they did get on board. President Trump called on Congress to approve a fresh round of $1,200 stimulus checks for American families by reallocating $300 billion in unused pandemic relief funds. We have $300 billion in an account that we did not use. I'd like and be willing to release it subject to Congress and use that as stimulus money, and it could go right to the American people, he said from the White House. Talking about the announcement of 2024 that former President Donald Trump running for the Republican Party, NBC News senior national politics reporter John Allen said, "Likely, it's always questionable in Trump's world because nothing happens until he actually makes a decision. What I am hearing from advisors, one of them on the record, John Jason Miller, who said that he is urging former President Trump to get in before the midterms maybe as early as this summer. And also I heard from somebody who asked to remain anonymous as his close advisor to former President Trump, who said that even though they are advising him to wait until after the midterms, they believe he is likely to go sooner rather than later." There you go, former President Donald Trump coming back said these are very likely going to be making an announcement here before the midterm elections. Now, in addition to that, the current President Joe Biden, we are hearing that he's going to be issuing executive orders and actions here very soon. An article said Biden is reportedly delaying his broad student loan forgiveness announcement until late summer, and this we've heard could be the first of many stimulus provisions to come through executive order. The article says that President Biden told federal student loan borrowers in April that they will be hearing about relief in the next couple of weeks. And that's when we had reported that this was going to be coming soon. But his timeline for the announcement appears to be pushed back. Yesterday, the Wall Street Journal reported that Biden is likely to announce broad student loan forgiveness in July or August. 2 midterm elections, it is likely when we are going to be seeing all of these provisions begin to line up, and we are going to start seeing if they are going to be passing this or doing executive orders and actions closer to when student loan payments are set to resume on September the 1st. According to the administration's officials familiar with the matter. Now, while the president previously said a decision could be made sooner, the journal reported that Biden is continuing to assess the economics and political impacts of a broad student loan relief. an issue that is becoming increasingly divisive among Democrats and Republicans, and the administration is continuing to assess options for cancellation. And no decisions have been made at this time, according to the White House. Let's take a look at some of the reasons why they are saying that this is going to be getting delayed. Number 1, the amount of student loan forgiveness is $10,000 or $50,000. President Joe Biden has said that he supports whipping out $10,000 of student loan debt. He actually ran his campaign on that when he was running for president. However, we've heard progressives say that that's not good enough. Wipe it out for everybody, or at least wipe out $50,000 for borrowers. Now, in addition to that, a lot of people are saying, why does it even the primary provision that the president is supporting at this time when there are so many other things that can help out so many more people? The midterm elections on November the 8th are the biggest election of Biden's presidency, because the outcome will directly impact Biden's legislative agenda for the remaining 2 years of his term. For Republicans to take over, it's going to be very hard for him to pass anything. And he's already having a difficult time now as Democrats are currently in full control. Student loan forgiveness could be a major issue for some voters, particularly for student loan borrowers. So they are saying if he can do this, he could potentially get them on board. And also the economic impact of student loan forgiveness, while supporters of student loan forgiveness say that it could stimulate the economy, Republicans in Congress say it will increase inflation. And right now, our economic situation, high prices and inflation is the number one concern of the American people.